Hey guys, it's Young Wealth. Now today we gotta talk about Quant and why it's so boring and why it's pretty much turned into a stable coin. Quant has been a disappointment in my humble opinion, especially since we had a run. Like a lot of coins in this past 3-4 months have been on a run, right? But I will continue to hold my Quant through the boring times. Why? Because I realize as soon as I sell, that tends to be the time that coins decide to start pumping. And the thing about it is I was buying QNT at like $30 and $40. So for it to go from $30 in the bear to actually all the way back to $100, that's like a 3.5x. I was gonna expect it to actually have continuation with that movement and continuation with that type of speed of a runner. But sadly, like QNT hasn't really done anything for a while now. But you gotta understand, guys, that I've been saying it and I'll say it again. We are not in a bull run. We was just in a bull market. So when you realize we're not in a bull run, a lot of the coins that are in the top 50, right? A lot of them, they're not going to move. If you just take a look at something like, what's a good example here? We take a look at Avalanche for a second, a great token with great tokenomics and stuff like that. If you just go to the it's pretty much not really done anything that significant. In the past year, it's up 69%. Now, if we go on Quant's past year, it's even worse. It's down 13%. This is the thing I'm talking about. Like QNT, now, if I was going to play devil's advocate here, I would tell you guys that people, like they're leading away from QNT because there's too much CBDC talk. They're leading away from QNT because all QNT is really doing right now is talking about CBDCs. Now that could be a good argument. Now I'm gonna continue to hold QNT just because of its interoperability and the fact that every overledger transaction needs QNT to be involved. Like every time two blockchains connect together to make a transaction, it needs QNT as the overledger. So it's like to the point where like that is one of the reasons and the core reasons why I'll continue to hold this token through the boring times. I know in a bull run, like $2,000, 1.5k will not be a problem. And if you just do the math, that's like a 15x from here. That's like a 20x from me, and I'm satisfied with the amount that I hold. I'll be satisfied with a 15x. I'm just being honest with you guys, but QNT is actually very disappointing in my humble opinion. Like it could be doing a lot more than what it's doing right now, and it should be at, like, if you ask me, it's very undervalued. But I'm not disappointed in the fact that I haven't made money. I'm just disappointed in the fact that there's a lot of people that sell their tokens too early. And there's a lot of people that left QNT and said, you know what, this coin is trash, it's not moving, so they're selling. But you gotta understand, a lot of these coins, when they pump high and when they actually decide to switch on the volcano decides to go from dormant to active, we will see QNT where it deserves to be, because right now it's very undervalued. If you ask me, a $1.2 billion market cap for a coin of QNT's fortitude is actually very, very undervalued. If you just take a look at QNT's utility one more time to show you guys what I mean about this, like this is something huge, right? If you just go to the actual utility, can we see that? There it is. Okay, interoperability, right? We believe the future of finance will be built on interconnected networks with value in the form of smart money, tokenized assets, and information flowing freely between them, which is very, very true. Okay, now it says Overledger, our platform that underpins some of the most demanding blockchain-based use case, was designed to be used without specialist knowledge. Okay, designed to be used without specialist knowledge. So what does that mean? It means it has a low bar to entry. Okay, it has a low requirement to entry, so anyone can use it, which is very, very efficient. Okay, so the next one is adaptability. Our technology makes it easy to deploy new tokens, to move them from the chain to chain, to adapt smart contracts to new use cases, because of your choices today should not hold you back tomorrow. Security, our co-founder or our founder and CEO has more than 20 years of cybersecurity and C-level accountability at the CICO and the CIO and the CTO. He has worked for government as well as the private sector and ensures that at Quant security is a job one. Now, he says he works for the government. I feel like because they're so connected to the government, I feel like that's the reason why it hasn't grown. Now, if QNC decides never to move again, and it decides, you know what, it's not going to go back to $400, it's not going to go past $400, I'm just going to have to be happy with that. I'm just going to have to be okay with that, because at the end, I'm taking the risk right now involving myself with coins that just talk about CBDCs, because that's literally their main forefront. If you just go on their website, their Twitter, all they literally speak about is CBDCs. So that's the reason. But I'm not really a fan of the CBDCs. I'm more of a fan of the interoperability side of things. That's why I'm holding this token. Like, this is the same thing with XRP. Like, a lot of these tokens that are connected to banks and partnerships, we see they're not performing right now, because that's not really the narrative. And I realized in decentralization, banks are our enemies. Okay, if you just take a look at a coin called XLM is not performing right now. It's been at 11 cents for the past damn year. Like, it's been at 11 cents for how long now? Over a year, it's been at the same price point. In the past year, it's up 3%. Right now, it's quiet for coins that are involved with banks. It's very quiet. If we look at XRP as well, like, we can see the same pattern. Like, a lot of these bank coins, people are not really attracting to it, it seems like. Because if they was attracted to it, the price would have followed Bitcoin a lot more than what it did. But as you can see, it's actually down 3% in the past year. So I feel like a lot of these coins, even XRP, is trash, and I don't like the token. I don't like their narrative. I believe it will still do well in a bull market. I believe QNC will still do well in a bull market, and I believe Avalanche and XLM will both do well in a bull market also. We just have to have patience, because I told you guys, this is not a bull run. It was just a bull market. It was not a bull run. It was just a bull market. Now, in 2025, that's when things are going to get hectic. That's when things are going to start to go insane and very, very crazy. So be prepared for those days. Because all the old dormant coins that were sleeping, giant sleepers, that's why I call them sleeping giants. Like, they're gonna decide to wake up very soon. So I had to make this quick video informing you guys that, yeah, stay patient with these type of coins, because they had their run before, so they're more established. For them to actually increase, we need to see a full-fledged bull run, okay? A full-fledged bull run. And until that day happens, a lot of these coins are going to be dead. But what does that mean? You can accumulate more at a cheap price. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to accumulate more at a cheap price. So with that being said, it was actually Young Wealth, and I'm signing out with another video. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want to be part of my Discord, join the Patreon, link in the description. Is dirt cheap to join, and once you get over there, you're sharing gems, and you're getting shared gems with hundreds of other members. Okay, so with that being said, it was actually Young Wealth, and I'm signing out with another video. Peace.